Today's topic is...
Your next steps.
Whose next steps?
Your next steps.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to WAYPN. I'm Cal.
And I'm Sunny.
Today's topic is...
Your next steps. Well, what we say by your next steps is this is a follow-up to the previous video we did, which is
starting from scratch.
So we couldn't cover everything, but here's what you gotta do after you get everything set up, right? Who do you go to?
Yes, so one of the things that we wanted to do is we are not a dedicated tutorial channel, but that doesn't mean that there aren't great people out there. And we've picked 3. And the reason that we picked 3, because of the 5 plus or minus 2 principle, which basically means that with your short-term working memory, you can only remember 5 things plus or minus 2 depending on the person.
Right. So what we do here on our channel is that we try to fight the social ennui of the social media algorithms to bring you, the hobbyist, what you care about most on the broadest perspective of things, not like too in depth or whatever.
Not very, very specific. And there's 3 people that we're going to talk about. The first is...
Zumikito miniatures.
The second is Brushstrokes.
And the third is Vince Ventrella.
Okay, so why should people watch
Zumikito miniatures?
The reason is he actually respects your time. He has very good tutorials in a very short period of time, which covers a very specific topic.
Right, and he teaches you exactly how you can achieve things easily.
Yes. So the next person is Brushstrokes. Now, we actually know Brushstrokes. He is a good guy. He's a great guy, in fact. But the thing is, he has some very specific videos. One of the most important ones, I would say, is on thinning your paints. However, the reason why he's second is primarily he has focused on
recipe videos. So it's more like how to paint like maybe a space marine, how to paint the Primark, like or something like that. So very specific color schemes, and you can just use them as recipes.
Yes, but he's been more recently doing specific recipe videos on colors and things like that, which I think are fantastic. And the final person would be Vince Ventrella.
Yes, Vince is a bit dry. But
he's dry like a desert. Honey.
But he is very good at giving you information.
Yes, Vince is an absolute master, and he is an absolute beast when it comes to this hobby. He is perhaps the most prolific YouTuber out there in this space. Now, this isn't to say that there aren't other great people out there.
These are just our top 3 recommendations for people who are just starting out. Because people who are starting out, they have like so many things going on. They don't know where to start, who to look to, right?
Yeah.
And they'll be intimidated. These are probably the 3 best people who will break things down easy for you to understand, and you won't be intimidated by it, and you can have the basic knowledge and move on from there. And that's why in our very first video, starting from scratch, our first point was getting a friend. Because your friend can share his experiences, her experiences, who you should go to, what you should look for, and they can fill in a lot of gaps that YouTube videos can't.
Exactly. Now, there's a lot of popular YouTubers out there in this space. For example, there's Miniac, who has a great tutorial on how to do wet palettes. Highly recommended. There's Ninjon. There's Midwinter Minis.
Oh, yeah.
There's Squidma. These are all, great, fine people, but your mileage may vary because they've got their own sort of humor that they infuse into their things. And they're also, unfortunately, taken by the YouTube gods because the algorithm is very much against them. They have to release on a certain schedule.
Right, exactly. So we hope that this is helpful for you to fully get started up on things. So not only will you know what you need, but you also know who to go to see tutorials and learn from.
All right, who's our top 3?
We've got Zumikito Miniatures, number 1. We've got Brushstroke, and then we have Vince Ventrella.
Okay, and what's one more thing that they could do to improve their skill each and every day?
I think I know.
Keep those brushes wet.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know, I'm kind of upset. We didn't include everyone.
Well, we can't include everyone because if we include everyone, there's going to be people that make the newcomers depressed.
What do you mean?
Hey, I'm Marco, and I'm a wizard. Behold my magical painting skills. Look at this. You can't possibly do this. Now look how you cry. Look in the mirror.
Why do you do this, honey?